So overnight, Castellum CTM did make a very bullish, volatile move to the upside, and right now you do have two choices on how it is you wish to approach this. One is more of an emotional type of FOMO, or just overall just buying in randomly just because you see one bit of volatile movement, or you can step back and make a calculated move depending on the type of investor or trader that you are, with the time frame that does suit your overall portfolio. And in this video, I'm breaking down exactly what it is that could have caused the bullish volatile move to the upside, and also exactly what it is you should be looking out for within the foreseeable months in the future. And if you do care about making smarter investments and smarter trades and overall making the types of choices for your portfolio that aren't emotional, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and give me a like, and please feel free to comment, as I do answer all comments. And again, I am trying to help everybody in my YouTube channel to think more like an investor and not like a gambler. Now, first off, disclaimer: I'm not a financial advisor. This is for pure entertainment purposes. This is just my. I do hold shares of Castellum CTM, so this is my own personal deep dive analysis into the stock itself. So please do your thorough research, do your due diligence, and have thorough research that gives you the best uh, that is the best choices for your portfolio, and is a smart choice, not an emotional choice. Now, first off, in regards to the psychology when it comes to seeing a big overnight move, just so you know, most likely, and this applies more to bigger cap stocks, like Nvidia or AMD of that nature. You might feel this a little bit for Castellum CTM, but it's not gonna have the same emotion as it does a bigger company like that. But people tend to feel FOMO, or they feel like fear of losing money, because especially with the big move we had to the upside and then we went back to the downside at 95 cents below the dollar range, some people might have mixed emotions in what to think about the stock. Now, just so you know, there's typically three catalysts and three reasons for why there is a volatile overnight move like this. It's typically in relation to earnings reports, any type of news articles or updates in forward guidance, or some type of market manipulation in regards to short covering, or just something along that nature where institutions tend to manipulate the market. Now, the question you do need to be asking yourself, or the thought process, isn't just thinking, oh wow, it's up, this is awesome. The question is why it would be up, or what the reason for the volatile move would be. That does help you get more insight into a stock itself, and it does help you think bigger picture, and helps you think more strategically, and you are thinking smarter rather than just seeing a candle chart moving up or moving down and just reacting to it. That's what helps you become a better investor and a better trader. And my opinion, what I do believe caused the move overnight is in relation to the Iran war, with the headlines due to the fact that Castellum CTM is in the defense market and they do deal with cybersecurity. So the news, even for small cap stocks like this, does tend to cause reactions in the stock itself. And also, I do believe in the fact that with earnings reports coming up very soon, because I have been looking to see if the earnings report has come out. It hasn't come out yet. It could have came out this morning, at the time of this recording, and I just haven't seen it yet. However, those are the two main catalysts I believe it to be. Is one, the earnings report, and institutions and overall people just having more positive expectations with the earnings report to come out, because they have not disappointed quarter over quarter, and they continue to make improvements within the company, and also just the overall sentiment with what's going on with the Iran war. Now, in regards to key levels to be looking out for, again, me with Castellum CTM, I do not trade it short term. I don't day trade it, and I don't swing trade it. I just hold it as a long term investment, and I continue to dollar cost average the most I can, and I also do continue to buy in at pullbacks. So I would say that as of right now, because I do have an average cost of about 90 cents, uh, and I do have over 10,000 shares in this company. I personally look for levels of pullback to help lower my average cost at the moment with it, because again, I don't just have everything in Castellum CTM, and I'm not trying to raise my average cost because I do like where I'm positioned at. But if you want to look for pullback areas, you should be looking at places on the lower end. You could be getting in as low potentially if we do pull back all the way to the 80 cent range. Maybe it could be anything at the 90 cent range. Maybe it could be here at this 92 cent range. I just like to look for areas on the weekly chart to where it shows that we showed support at those former levels anywhere below the 97-cent range. That's personally how I look at it. If you are a shorter term trader, I personally wouldn't necessarily recommend it and be cautious with it, but just apply the same mindset. And if you do trade on the short term, make sure you take into consideration risk management. You have a set entry price level. You don't just enter in just because you feel FOMO. You have your proper stop losses set in place. You look at the risk reward management, and you look at where your take profit target would be and where your stop loss would be, and you adhere to the strategy with emotional discipline, and you do not act emotionally, and you don't just overreact. Now, what I also do want to go over is that where most traders, when the stock goes up or if it goes down, they react emotionally, whether if it's on the upside, like if this is $1.03 range, say if it was something crazy like $1.60, people would have just bought it at the highs and be like, oh, man, I'm gonna buy that, and then they get trapped, and they get trapped with all of the other retail buyers up at the highs, and then once it comes down, they add more momentum to short selling, and then it continues to drop and drop, and then they enter in at the highs, and then they sell at a loss. Uh, they tend to be trap buyers at the top when it's a something more bearish. In fact, in a way, it kind of did react a little bearish. Many hours later, as we went up and then went straight down all the way to 92 cents, and then we're back here at the 95-cent range. Some people, they could just panic sell when they see that, or for whatever reason, whatever time frame or whatever mindset they have, they just panic sell and don't react accordingly to what their thesis is, and they don't have a set plan in place. And if this breakdown is helping you think more clearly about your position, hit the like button so more investors see this, and subscribe if you want real analysis instead of just the hype. Now, again, if you're a long-term investor, this overnight volatility, whether if it's bullish or bearish, if it's a swing to the upside or to the downside, it doesn't really affect the fundamentals in any way, shape, or form. The way I view this is just something short-term, doesn't really matter, because overall this does not change what we've seen in the company in terms of revenue growth, the margins, the cash flow, and overall their execution with eliminating their debt, and the anticipation and the promise, not promises, but the optimistic mindset I have in regards to them accomplishing phase three. Ooh, we did sell off back at 93 cents. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. There is going to be more volatility with this stock. Now, big overnight moves do feel exciting, or they can feel very scary. But excitement doesn't make you money. The discipline is what is going to make you money in the long term. So you got to understand and ask these specific questions. Do you know why the stock moved in such a volatile way? Why do you know where your entry would be? Do you know where your exit would be? And do you have a proper risk management in place? If you can't answer those, you should really think before you press the buy button on any stock, period, whether if it's for options or for shares of the company. Now, in closing, if you want to become the type of investor who stays calm during volatility and capitalizes instead of panics, please feel free to join my community. I have the link below with InvestQ. It's just a community with other like-minded investors and traders looking to to better their portfolio and to make better, smarter, less emotional decisions, and overall just get more insights in the market and learn how to become a better investor and trader. So please drop a comment below and subscribe. Again, happy to do this. Love all of you, and just stay safe and keep yourself from losing money.